In today's episode, we're going to be talking about why I'm not a fan of executing or teaching a lead leg slide up round kick. I was doing a Zoom session with somebody today and I was telling them, I'm not a big fan, and I gave them some alternatives. I'm going to break everything down for you, why I don't utilize this, and then I'm going to give you 3 solid alternatives to this technique. So a lead leg round kick, in my opinion, is a fantastic technique. It's something that can come from out of nowhere. It can create so much damage, and I think everybody should have it in their arsenal. One of the reasons though that I don't like throwing it and I don't like teaching it and I don't have too much respect for it when I'm on the receiving end is we're sliding up to here and we are already in rotation mode. So we don't have any rotation into the kick and we're just throwing. It would be essentially like me being here and saying, okay, get max power on your kick, snap. Now this is not to say it cannot do damage. It absolutely can. But in my opinion, it's only going to do really good damage if you manage to catch somebody up to the head. If I see somebody one time when I'm sparring them slide up and throw the round kick, I right away go, okay, hand high. And if they slide up, I cannot compromise this hand down, because as we see many karate guys do, yes, sliding up and tagging your opponent in the head can create a knockdown. But as soon as I get my hand up, right away now, my respect for that kick is pretty much gone. It's very easy for me to reach across, and I'm even willing very often to just stand there, take the kick and grab it if it comes down to body level. As I already said, there's no rotation in the kick, no pop. So it's essentially just here, and how much power can you get from this position? One of the strong advantages to it though is it can cover massive distance, whereas the other kicks might not be able to cover distance quite as quick. So you could think, oh, okay, I'm out of range, I have lots of distance, and then all of a sudden this guy just boom and covers loads of room and he's on you. That is the plus side. The negative side is the lack of power, but it is still very speedy. But I want to show you some alternative options, 3 alternative options that I prefer as an instructor and a pro fighter. Number 1, the skip, where we just switch our feet, lead foot moves first, whoop, and then back foot follows, whoop, and now from here, crank the whole body into the kick. On this one, what I really like is the speed of this switch is fantastic. Plus, you can really adjust distance. I don't have to just go, okay, I'm staying right in place. I can move forwards a little bit if needed, or I can move backwards a little bit if needed. And in this motion, as we see many of the Thai fighters do, so much power can be created because we end up popping off the floor. It's almost like when you throw multiple round kicks and your foot springs off the ground. Same thing, boom, and you can get lots of power. So that is the first great alternative. The second one, if you're looking to max out power and cover distance, is to do a little step through. So I could be here and I can just step through, and now from a southpaw stance, blast that round kick off. It's not quite as subtle as the slide up, but you're gonna have so much more power to crank into it. And if you feel like, oh, just taking a step through is much too easy to see, you can disguise it with something. It doesn't have to be, oh, I just walk through. It could be I'll walk through and throw a punch. It could be I step through with a fake front kick and then drop and then crank the round kick in. Both of those alternatives to me work so much better than trying to slide up and not having loads of power. Again, if you're gonna do the slide up, if you like it, go for it, but I would say it needs to be head level. To slide up and hit the body, to me, I'm just never gonna respect the power on that kick. So we can take the full step through, we land in the southpaw stance, and now from here I can generate weight off this back leg and crank that kick in with full power. The last alternative that I really like is nothing with the feet. I just stand here and I just boom, pop it up. Boom, pop it up. I feel like this is a little bit more powerful than the slide up option even, but in addition, I like this one because I feel like it can be either defensive. If somebody's rushing on you, you can just lean back and jam them with your shin, or if they're just in place, if they're at the end of your jab, just a quick boom, and it's gonna be faster than adding that skip, or of course, adding that step through and that big round kick. Again, if you guys like the slide up round kick, go for it, But if you're not a fan and you're looking for alternatives, the step through, the switch, or just from here popping up are all fantastic alternatives that, in my opinion, work a little bit better. That's all, guys. Thanks for joining me today. As always, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.